All right, guys. So today, what I'm expecting you by the end of the class to be able to do today is to write a number sentence. So talk to your partner. What's a number sentence? And Hannah, you can. So I was listening to Jaden. A number sentence would be 2 + 2 is 4. Great number sentence. Yes, that's what I'm kind of expecting you to be able to write today. Your number sentence today might look a little bit different. It might not have an equals. It might have like an inequality in it. But it's still considered a number sentence. And then you're going to try to do that from looking at a number line. So we know what number lines are. So we're going to be looking at number lines, creating number lines, and then trying to write number sentences. Thanks, guys, for coming in and getting your homework on your table. That's really good. Makes it really easy for me. And most of us did it, which is awesome. So what does n represent in the number sentence 120 plus n? So we can figure it out what it equals, but what does it represent? What does that n mean? What does that n mean? Talk to your partner. Okay. Ooh, that's good. What? What do you think that n means? So I was listening. I heard Harper say it's an unknown variable. Yes, it's one thing it represents. We know that it's an unknown variable. Okay, so that n is an unknown variable, and then I was listening to what Daniel said, and Daniel said it's representing a change. Because he read pages 14 and 15, and he knows that 120 is how hot a sauna is, and then we have some sort of change, and then when they go outside, it's negative 20. And so that n represents a change. And we're going to be looking at that change today. So if you don't have that down, make sure you have that down on your notes, on your warm-up. If the current temperature is 5 degrees Fahrenheit, what is the change in temperature that would result in a final temperature of negative 25? Show your understanding with a number line and a number sentence. Okay? Show your partner what you came up with.
So I change in
Good. That's good.
So then I would drop it down. But what I
Can I use it? Good. It's really good. I like it. Okay. So looking up here, guys, I have Harper's. She said I could share hers. Just a little bit more. Okay. So you can see here, I like what she did too. She separated her warm up. It's very organized. Looks great. So, and she has the questions down. So here's the 5 degrees. It changes to negative 25. Okay, the change in temperature that result a final temperature. So now she writes this number sentence down here. She has 5. And then she adds 30 to that, and then she gets the final temperature of negative 25. So let's look at this number sentence. I want you to talk to your partners about it. Go. What are you thinking about that number sentence?
She forgot to do the parentheses and the negative sign because she has
Okay, so let's come back together. So Harper's done some incredible, first of all, very organized, great thinking. She's showing Mary thinking. She's explaining it. Tyler, explain what the one piece she missed.
The one piece she missed is she forgot to put the parentheses and the
Minus 9.
Why is this negative 30? Ava, why is this negative 30? We're going left, right? So we're adding, and I love how you added. We're adding negative 30. That's great. That's really good work. Okay. So your answer should look not exactly like that, Hazel, but similar, right? Similar to that. Okay. Great job on that thinking. Okay, going back up to, so we've checked that out. We checked that out. We know what we're learning today. Remember, you're going to be making number sentences just like Harper did. And remember, when you go to make number sentences today, that you will be using negatives when we go the opposite way. Okay. Your homework. There was definitely some confusion here on the homework. So, I asked you to do problem 20. Problem 20 had 3 parts to it. Yeah, I know a lot of people are like, oh. So, I'm not going to because this is, it's a learning process. Okay, it's 20A, B, and C. I will tell you, do just 20A. Do just 20C. I will say that up on the board, right? But if I tell you to do 20, then you got to do all of it. So here's the one. This A gave us the most problems. Can someone explain how they figured it out?
Well, I did.
Jaden, how did you figure this out?
I made a number line.
Okay, so you took this number line, you copied it down?
Yep.
Okay.
I filled in between the 5 tens, and the negative 5 and 10, and the positive 5 and 10, and the 0 and positive 5 and 5. And then I did so I knew that in between positive or 0 and positive 5 would be exactly 2.5 because 2.5 is 5. So
you said this is 2.5, that's 2.5, because that is right in the middle, and 2.5 plus 2.5 equals 5. Awesome. So if I come down here, right, I know that this is a scale of 5, and I need to figure what's right in the middle. So you took that scale of 2.5 here, and you brought it over here, right? So you went negative 5.5 plus another 2.5, or is going to give us 7.5. Yeah, that's it. A lot of kids did some really good thinking there, but it was just a little bit off, because he knows that this scale here, I like how you used this scale, that this was 2.5 here, because he said that's halfway between 0 and 5. And what's halfway? 2.5, because that's 2.5 and that's 2.5. All right. Any questions about that? Bless you. Okay, today, please turn to your whoops, wait a minute. Wow, it went really far. 1.3, sonnet to snowbank. Using a number line. Please write your name up at top. This is going to go in our learning tab. So you can go ahead and put it right in there. Okay, and I'm just going to call it sonnet to snow 1.3. So to go back what we were talking about, we're going to be using number lines, okay, to write number sentences. So we know that the temperature changes during the day. It goes up, it goes down, okay? Rarely does the temperature stay the same. In Salida, we have big temperature swings, especially in the wintertime. We can wake up and it can be negatives, and then while you're out at recess, it could be 60, 65, 70 degrees. Big temperature changes. You can use blank thermometers to show a change in temperature. You can also use a blank number line. So this is what I'd like to do here. Let's work through this one together that has the thermometers. So it says the temperature at 5 a.m. was -5. So I'd come over here, -5. Then at 4 p.m., it was 35. What was the temperature change? So I could look at, so it started at -5, it rose, so you want to take these note, it rose up to 35. So what's my temperature change would be the difference between 35 to that. So my temperature change is going to be, I have to 0, I have 35, and I'm going to add another 5 because I have 35 here, and then I have another 5 there. So my temperature change was 40 degrees Fahrenheit. I added from 0 up to 35, and then I added 0 down to -5. Now, is this a positive change or a negative change in temperature? How do we know it's positive? Tyler, because the temperature rose, right? So this is a positive change. You don't need to put positive. We assume it is. But that's a positive change of 40 degrees. Okay, the temperature went up. Okay, now with your partner, I would like you guys to kind of tackle this one with this number line here. Okay, and I'll be doing it up here. So it says the temperature was 25 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm just going to put 25 on this end, and it rose 35 degrees. So I'm going to put 25 down here. And it rose 35 degrees. Not to 35 degrees, but it rose 35 degrees more. So the temperature started here. I have my number line marked out, and it rose 35. So this would be 10, 20, 30, and whoops, not 70. That would be 60. So it says, what is the new temperature? Well, I know the new temperature is 60. Then it says, show your thinking and write a number sentence. So this number sentence, I would like you guys to go ahead and talk to your partner. What would be your number sentence? You got a pencil, buddy?
So we need to, let's just start.
Oh gosh, she doesn't have much hope.
I'll just put it on my math class. Okay? Listen, you like math and you're good at it. Kaven, what did we get for a number sentence here?
25 plus 35 it needs to be
So you had 25 plus 35 equals 60 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's basically what we're doing today. We took that number line, right? We put information on the number line, and then what did we make after that, Abba? A number sentence. And that's our goal for today. Can we look at number lines, create number lines sometimes, and then make that information? We're going to skip this. This is what I'd like you guys to do. On the back side of that paper, you have number lines. Lots of them. Okay, I've given you lots of extra ones so you don't have to continually make them. Today, we are tackling these problems. And the good news is we got about 25 minutes to tackle these. So they're blank number on the back. You're going to have A. Remember to check the board. B1, B3, C1, C3, D1, D2, and D7. And I'm going to put a star because we're going to go over this one together. It's an explanation showing your thinking. We're going to talk about how to do that. D7, and then E1 and E2. All right? You can do that on line paper, or you can just label on here. A, B1, B2. I knew it was going to do that. It was blinking like crazy. It still is. Hold on, Tyler. Let me see if I can't fix this real quick. Okay, get going on your work. Tyler, you need help? Oh, okay. Yep, it means just those two. It's not picking it up.
So the person that was
16.
then they go all the way to 30.
You might, I would start reading this first and then do that, okay?
And they go all the way to 93. So then the temperature change is...
Why don't you just start with 30?
Okay, so what should we count down this? No, we're going to count down 30. What's that half? No.
I should writing your number sentences. Ask you to write number sentences for every one.
Here's 150. Here's 100. Goes into negative 35. Yeah, 80. Okay.
Most of these, you're not going to have to go by twos. You can almost go by fives. Okay, just so you know. Most of them have a scale of 5. When you scale of 10, it works out great. That's why I
So 150 plus negative 145 equals negative 30. Once you get 21,
So what's that number sentence?
now B.
I don't have enough number
0.
by like skipping 2.
So B1 is 20, 30, 40, 50.
because that shows you the two pieces, right? Because it's asking you for what's the change. So that's going to be total. So this is easy because that's 115. That's easy because that is.
Oh, look, so it would be.
During the afternoon, temperature
Wouldn't it be 30 plus 110? Because what?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be the answer? So you have to get from 30 here plus that.
No, I just
145.
yeah.
Now we just make our things to match that. Did you get one?
Yeah, that's okay.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Negative 145.
Okay, so it would be actually, because you are adding. If I go like this,
Why did it end up?
I'm actually adding because I'm going this way. It's going to be plus positive 30.
You
I'm
added.
going,
Oh yeah.
and then plus a positive.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Positive.
Yeah.
So if you add a negative.
Number one, you like go like this.
Yeah.
So we have to combine our negative.
Yeah, I was just thinking. It's actually. So
Yeah, this one.
it's the same thing. Does that make sense? Right? Because I'm going from inside temperature to outside temperature. So I'm going this way.
You don't know where you were?
It rises. How's it And I was midnight.
Fire again another day.
Night.
No, noon is 12. The day.
Yeah.
I'll bring it right now. So it would be getting colder.
Okay.
I guess I don't know.
75.
You could probably hear when you did.
Okay.
So we're starting at
So
5.
yeah. So
All the way down to the next part.
it rises.
Hey guys, so let's look up here for a sec because I'm seeing some really good thinking. So we're inside this sauna and it's 115 because that's 120 right there. So it's 115 degrees. And then I go outside and it's negative 30. So my change in temperature, which way am I going here? Am I going forward or backwards on the normal?
Backward.
Left. So when I go left, is it negative or positive?
Negative.
Negative. So here I have a negative change of 115 plus another negative change of negative 30, which gives me a total negative change of 145. The temperature changed 145 degrees in the negative because you need to understand that it's not a positive. It didn't get hotter. It got colder by 145 degrees.
So wouldn't you do 115 plus negative 45?
You do a negative 115 because I'm going from 115 to 0. And I'm going, right? I'm going left. So it's negative 115, right?
Yeah.
I'm going from 115 all the way to 0. I'm going this way. So that's negative 115.
Oh.
See that, Harper?
Yeah.
And then I'm going another 30, which is a negative number. So now I just go,
Oh.
make sense?
Yeah.
That's the change. It's a change of a negative 145 degrees.
That's a lot.
Okay.
So,
Mr. McFarland, is that the number center you're wanting when it shows the change? Or are you wanting 115 plus negative 145 equals negative 30?
Well, if they do it this way, the number sentence would look like that. They could do it another way.
So either way is okay.
Either way is
Because
okay.
I've been seeing
Yep,
other
either way
ways
is
of
okay.
correcting it. Okay.
Yep, either way is okay.
Okay.
Kind of depends on how they show it.
It's 4. Oh, wait, no, it's 6.
You're trying to figure out the number sentence here?
Wait, well, it's 25.
The temperature reading of the thermometer is 25.
Plus 10.
Yep. 35. And then you have to think, is it positive or negative? This is rising, so it should be, right? 25, it rises 10, so they're at 35. Boom. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it adds. So it rises 4 or 5.
Write a number sentence. Yep. No, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Yep, that's fine.
3. I don't see.
Which one? A B1?
Yeah. No, A.
A, the reason why this is minus is because I'm going backwards.
I know, but it starts at positive.
Yes, it does, but I'm going backwards. So I'm taking, the only way I can get to 0 is by minusing 115.
What?
And then I minus another 30 to get to negative 30. The temperature change. If I wrote, to change of 145, you don't know if it's, you assume that's a positive change. But if I do this, you're like, whoa, it was really hot and got really cold.
Okay. Except for this one's bright.
Oh!
Okay. I don't know if I.
So,
Yeah.
that,
So here you have 25, you rose 10, 35. I don't need to put anything to that, right? Because it was a positive change, right? They went up 10 degrees to 35 degrees.
Yeah, so here I had positive 115 plus negative 45.
Or negative 30 equals. Yeah, you got it right. This is perfect.
Like the end result, or like how much they
You're on B3?
Yeah, but
So B3, it's going to fall 30, right? So what temperature were they at? What were they at?
they were at equal because that already did that.
And then how far is it from here to there?
Positive 3 degrees. That is. It increased by 3 because 9 increases by 9. Well, that's what
Yep.
But is this like the end? Like when I.
How far is it from 25 to 0?
No, you're not going from 20 to 40. You're going negative 15 plus 20.
So how far from 25?
And then you're going to say, I
5.
read
So what?
10.
That's 5.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. All they're doing here is showing you the positive and negative numbers instead of the words.
25. So that's a change. It's falling. That's falling. 25. So it says here that it's going to fall. So I have to go, and that would be the change of minus. Okay. So it asks you now, what is the new reading for the temperature? So what did you start at? And what happened to the temperature? It by 30. And what's the new temperature?
What's the new reading for this temperature?
What's the new temperature?
Okay, so this is the temperature reading.
Boom.
You are
Got
negative
it.
15, and you change to positive 3.
Okay.
Changes 5.
Start on this.
You are negative
I'm gonna expect you to be done. Okay. I know you showed up late, but I'm still gonna expect you to be done.
So,
Ask them. What's up, Hazel? How you doing?
it's not.
Make sure you're using your number line. Okay. Because it asks So that number sentence in the
But
first
that
one
one
is
is.
this.
Yeah, but we don't go to
This is the number sentence.
So why is that one?
Okay? So yes, you got that right. But what's the number sentence? The temperature started at 25, right? And it changed, it rose plus 10. Got that one? So you didn't need to B2. And then B3 says it starts at 25. And what happens to it? So I'm going to add negative 30. So now you need to go to 25 and add negative 30. Where do you end up when you do that? Nice. Good work. Does that make sense?
Okay, I'm not gonna
Add negative 10. Oh, I see we did. Cool. I like that. That's really neat.
Yeah, that's number one grade.
All right, so now you're on C, girl. Any questions about it?
Alright, so wait, it starts at B. And for C1, add oh, it needs to go after.
Right, you got to get C1 to C3.
Oh, it's negative.
Which one are you doing? Oh, you got C3? Well, you couldn't. You're trying to use your C1 again.
Oh, oops. Right.
It's a different scale. C1 is a scale of 1, right? And then your next scale can be a scale of 10 because it's 40.
Yeah. I forgot it was your one.
Okay, yeah.
Oh my god, I keep getting this thing. Oh.
Okay, that works.
Putting negative on that money is
Yeah, so what's your number 7?
or do you not have to spin it? I think you saw
Okay, so make sure you need your number 6. That's the whole point of this, right? Today's point is to be able to look at number lines, create them, and then make number 6. No, it's great. It's really good. No, it's great. So, yeah. That's perfect. That looks really good.
So why on this one there's no negative?
Okay.
So we don't have this one.
C1?
Okay, but it's remember?
Oh yeah.
Keep working.
That's this.
I started at the 10.
Not
Where's that number sentence?
Oh, now it's negative. Okay.
So don't forget your number sentences on these, okay? Because you need to write them down. That's what that was, right? That was a number sentence from up here. Because we go add a negative 115 plus negative 30 equals negative 145. That was the temperature change. It works.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I would like everybody to get down to D1. Okay, skip down to D1. Skip down to D1.
Because or I guess you could do
30.
Yeah, number sentence. Perfect. Right? Start with negative 20. And you're going to have to add something that's going to equal the final temperature. That's good, man.
20.
Okay, I'm it.
So let's talk about D1 together here. What's the temperature, the first temperature at D1? Hayden.
20 degrees or positive.
Positive 20?
Yeah, positive.
Okay. So I have a positive 20. So I'm going to go by 5. That would be 10. That would be 0. That would be negative 10. 30. 40. So I'm starting here. What's the final temperature, Carter, on D1?
Negative 10.
Okay. I end there. So my number sentence is going to look something like, what would I start with? 20 plus, okay, oh, no, not plus negative 10. Plus something. We don't know what it is. We're going to call it n. Equals, and I end at negative 10.
20 plus n.
So I start, this is where I started.
Plus negative.
This is my change. I don't know what my change is yet.
I do.
Hold on.
Okay.
And this is where I ended. See that, Hazel? So it's a different kind of number sentence, is it?
Wait, but why is there a negative?
So now, because that's where I ended, remember, I started here. I have this change. This is some sort of change we don't know yet.
I know.
Okay? So, Cooper, if I start at 20 and I end at negative 10, how far is this?
That is that's not 20 away, so
That would be 20.
20.
30.
30 away. Now, ready, Cooper? Is it a positive 30 if I go from 20 to 10, or is it a negative 30?
Negative.
Negative, because we're going backwards. So we know that n equals negative 30, so now I can finish this number sentence, and this number sentence would actually be 20 plus negative 30 equals
Negative 10.
negative 10. There's my number sentence. Okay? I would like all of you to tackle D2 now. It's almost very similar. Go ahead, tackle D2.
Okay, we're going to revise So I start with 20 plus, or wait, we start with 20 plus negative 10. Okay.
Oh shoot! I wrote that in.
Go down.
Okay, so we'll be making 3 Put our negative 10 over here. That's our end. Our start and our end. Start and our end. And then what was our answer? Oh, negative. So 20 plus start, negative 10.
You get that hot seat what I just showed you? D2? D7. Come on, I want to see you. Go to D7. You finished with D2, go to D7. Nice, good job. Really good job. I like your number sentence. And that's awesome.
Okay, do you want me to take
How far is it?
Right between.
We just realized that we've been putting positive
Yeah. It's okay. Still, you know what? It still works out that they are on the other side.
Nope.
Keep working. Where's the number sentence? Has to be a number sentence. That number sentence, Hazel. You're good, man.
A number 10.
Right, we start at 20, perfect. There's some sort of change, right? And where do we end? on D2?
On D2, I ended
At 10. So it's going to be 20 plus n equals 10. And then you need to figure out what's the change.
yeah.
Okay. So now, is it negative 10 or 10? Oh, that was bond. I want you to do D2.
And then our answer is negative.
But I don't think you're using Oh, it's negative.
His negative.
That was good. That was good.
Positive 20.
She feels
Is
good.
where he
Prove the
starts.
teacher wrong.
His n is some unknown change, and his negative 10 is where he ends. So this is your starting number, your change, and your ending number.
Okay, I'd like you to talk to your partner about D2. Go.
That's to like
So this is what I got here. So I start at negative 20, Carter, on this one, and I'm ending at negative 10, right? So here I have negative 20. I don't know what that change is right now, so I'm going to put an n above it. So I got negative 20 is where I start, plus n equals negative 10 where I end up. So Brady, how far is it from here to here?
It's 10 degrees.
10. Is it positive or negative?
Positive.
Why is it positive?
Because the temperature goes down.
The temperature goes
Up.
up.
But down.
So this is a positive 10 degrees. So my number sentence would be right there. All right, I would like you guys, we are going to start tomorrow with that D7. So we're going to finish that up. But today, please put that away. Get out your planner. Yep, all that work goes in learning. So in your planner, thank you, Caven. Thank you, Cooper.
Thank you, Travis.
Okay. In your planner, homework for tonight, number 31, number 32, and number 35. So you have 3 problems tonight. They are not very long. It's all on page 22. Okay? So write your planner 31, 32, 31, 32, and 35. And then, here you go. Your ticket out. Like I told you, we're going to practice looking at these. Now, this is a little different. You're going to use an inequality. So it's going to either be a less than, greater than, a less than equal, or greater than equal. It's a lot like what we were doing yesterday. What can x be? X is what here? Yes. Yep. Is it equal to or less than, greater than?
Less than.
It's a less than, so x has to be less than. Tyler?
8.
Less than 8. Because it's on 8. Does it include 8?
No.
No. How do I know it doesn't include? It's an open circle. If it's a closed circle, if this was closed like this, then I would have that. Right? But it's not closed, so it's not equal to. This is an open circle, so I have x is less than 8, and it's any number less than 8. It could be negative 1,553,252. I just made that up.
But you didn't say negative for it.
I did say negative.
You did?
It is on tape, buddy. It is for sure on tape.
I'm gonna watch this. I want to see you say that again.
All right, guys. Have a good night.